Welcome to Gold Medal Business, the place to be if you're a children's activity and sport entrepreneur who is serious about growing and scaling your business to six-figure success and beyond. We talk growing your team, growing your students and your venues, and so much more. I'm Katie Cannon, former 5 times British gymnastics champion turned 7-figure entrepreneur. Are you ready to get started? Let's grow your business. One of the very first things that I teach when I have mentees come to work with me in our mentorship programs, in our bronze, silver, and gold, is the very first thing that you have to do is to know your numbers, to know your business inside out, back to front, and know exactly how you're making money today. And that is not just booking trials and enrolling new members into your classes, your camps, your workshops, your schools, whatever model you are in the children's activity space. To survive and thrive in 2025, you have to be thinking differently. You have to be thinking outside the box. You have to be working harder and smarter than you've ever done before. It is a competitive market out there, but it's not competitive if you know how to soar above everybody else, how you know how to think differently, how to position your team members in the right places in their business. That is when you know you are ready for success this year. You're not following the mold. You're not following what everybody else is doing. You're doing what they're doing, but you're thinking differently. You're thinking outside the box. You're growing outside your comfort zone, and you're doing things that you haven't done in the right order for your business. I want you to know, wherever you are in your journey, I've got 20 years of experience in this industry. I have built my businesses. I said I started off with one business. I'm the CEO of 4 companies in multiple different sectors. And I want you to know, wherever you're at today, you can create the choices, the freedom, and the lifestyle that you desire. 20 years ago, I was single. I didn't have any children at that point, but I had a dream, and it sounds really cheesy, but I want to share this, and I want to be very real with you of what you can achieve. I started my first children's activity business. I had no business experience. I was Katie the gymnast. I could do a fantastic backflip, but I didn't have a clue about business. I grafted, I learnt, I fell on my face thousands of times. There were thousands and shed loads of tears. I had many failures and many successes along the way. With the right support, I had mentors holding my hand all along the way of my journey, which is why I'm so passionate about what Gold Medal Business can do for you, for your business. I didn't get to British champion with no one holding my hand. I had someone to show me the way. And that is why Gold Medal Business exists today, because I have been there, done it, had the failures, had the successes, and got the t-shirt. So you're learning from the right mentor that understands you, has been where you are, and knows how to exactly get you to where you want to go. Fast forward 20 years. I said, in that time, I've been in every pocket of the business. I said, I've had many highs, many lows, many things that haven't worked out, many failures. And over that time, I've gone from an employee very much in my business. Just give me a wave, put a chat in the comment in the box if you're in your business at the minute, meaning you're in your business 24/7. You are running your business. You may be the only member of staff, or you may have 10, 15 members of staff. But if you don't turn up to work or you take time off, the business isn't growing. You're in the business way too much. If you aren't, that's okay. I totally was for a good 7-8 years in the business. Fast forwards, a good I said 20 years, but I very much felt this after about 15 to 16 years in. I have a thriving team that actually do better when I'm out of the business because they really step into their zone of genius. I have built 4 businesses in different companies, different industries, with thriving teams that actually can build a business, I said, with me, but also without me. I have 3 young children, Emily 9, Ashton 5, and Joshua 17 months. And the reason I share that with you is because I'm passionate about building CEOs in the children's activity space. I really believe I'm the testament and the mentor for you to show you that you can do both. Yes, there's going to be busy seasons and not so busy seasons, but you don't have to choose one or the other. I'm here to share with you how to build a business that is profitable, that is scalable, but can build with you and without you. If you got into business because you wanted flexibility, or if you wanted to build your own income, you wanted to have choices, you wanted to have the choice whether you earn X amount a month or another X amount a month. You wanted to be able to choose what you earn. You wanted to be able to travel when you wanted. Maybe you wanted to be able to pick up and do your own schedule for your children. Whatever it is, everybody got into business for different reasons. Yeah, it's a big one we often fly about, isn't it? Flexibility, time, freedom, all these things. But what does it actually mean to you? So for me, I knew I didn't have exactly this goal when I was young because I didn't have children and my business has grown with me, the CEO. But for now, with being a mum of 3, flexibility is everything for me. My non-negotiables are be able to take my children to school and pick them up, to have holidays completely off, and to be able to travel as and when we want and have complete freedom and income to be able to do that. So it's that your goal and vision will evolve as you do. So I wanted to set that up with you before we go into building your cash flow for which is the main topic we're talking about this week. Because the main thing is you need to know what you want from your business. And that will evolve. So don't sit there for hours and end think, I've got to get this right. I've got to get this right. My vision now is very different to when I started 20 years ago. Very, very different. But if you want to create a certain income, a certain cash flow in your business, you're wanting to create certain programs in your business and services, you need to know why. Why is this important? How's it going to get me to that end goal? So starting with your why and your vision is super, super powerful for you to really dial in your vision and where you're going to take your business to the next level. Today, we're very much focusing on generating recurring cash flow. Why is finance and building a finance system in your business so, so important? It's really vital. Many of the entrepreneurs I work with in our gold program are kind of like 200,000-300,000 a year plus into their businesses. And they often come to me without this finance system in place, which then has caused issues and heartache and holes in the business. It's one of the first things that we work on together when people come to me. If you are brand new to business and you haven't got this in place yet, this is a perfect time to be getting this in place if you're brand new in business and you're just getting going. Why is your finance system so, so important? You want to ensure that you've got predictable sales. You want to ensure that you know exactly what's coming in and what's going out every single day of the year in your business. You want to ensure that you have reoccurring cash flow, which is a subject that we're training on today. You want to ensure that this is all jigsawed together within your business so that you feel confident that you can run your business on a day-to-day and you know your cash flow very, very well. And as I said, you know all, like a well-oiled machine, what's coming in and what's going out. I just want you to comment, finance, if this is an area that you really struggle with, that you may feel a little bit scared. If you are, I failed maths GCSE. They retook it at A level, at AS level, because I had to take it, and failed again. Maths has never been my strong point. When I graduated from uni, I started business and I actually got a bookkeeper and an accountant. In my eyes, I was like, job done. I don't need to look at my finances. But was I very, very wrong? I completely delegated out. I didn't advocate. I was just like, off you go. I need to forget about it. But you need to still hold those reins. It took me a good 5 or 6 years in business to really start to think, I need to understand this. I need to learn this. It's now one of my favorite parts of running businesses and being the CEO of companies, of learning how to help people with their finance. So I wanted to share that story with you, because if you're scared, if you're not confident around numbers, it's absolutely fine. You don't have to start with all the skills. You can build into this. So I just want you to put in the chat box or in our comments the word finance if you feel like you need further support in learning how to build a finance system for your business. As I said, it's one of the first things that I teach people because it's vital. It's absolutely vital. And everything we're going to be covering this week all comes into that if you have that dialed in. So when we're talking about reoccurring cash flow in your business, I want you to look at the difference between what cash flow actually is. So often we think cash flow is what is just coming in on a day-to-day basis. It's not actually what is coming in that is secure in the business. Cash is king in your business. You have to have recurring revenue day in, day out in your business to be having a very strong cash flow. If you've just got it coming in on selected days of the month, or maybe a termly basis, it's not enough. That's not cash flow. You're literally hanging on to the bare bones of your business and hanging on of when's that payment coming in? When's that payment coming in? For you to build predictable sales, and I want you to build a peaceful business, meaning I don't want you to be constantly stressed every month on, or every term, how are we getting students through the door? How many numbers have we got for camps? How am I going to pay my staff? How am I going to pay the rent? It's a horrible place to be in. I've been there. It's horrible. You can't run your business. You can't think like that. You can't make good decisions in the business when you're operating from that place. So I want to teach you how to build that peaceful business that you can actually know that it's secure, it's reoccurring month in, month out, and it's not a guessing game. You actually have a good idea of, okay, I understand my business. I understand what's coming in. I understand what's going out. I can see the pitfalls coming up. Not I can see them, oh, they're coming up tomorrow. I can see them coming up in the next couple of weeks or the next couple of months. So when you start to create reoccurring cash flow, you can really start to build predictable sales, less stress, and you can make better choices within your business. So the first thing when we're talking about reoccurring cash flow is I want you to start thinking termly, not monthly. Years ago, we were termly. 9 years ago, after I shut down one of my first premises, we switched to monthly, which completely transformed our cash flow, the way we run our business, and to be honest, the whole business. If you are monthly already, awesome. Absolutely awesome. I said music to my ears. I want you to continue listening because there'll be pieces that I'm going to train on that you might have not realized how it's helping your business. If you're currently termly, I heavily suggest you really take the piece of advice today and start to implement it into your business. The reason why, when you move everything from termly to monthly, you hit the following things in your business. You will increase your membership stability, which then in turn increases your retention, and you will have less cancellations. That's number one. Number two, your mindset of your customers changes. You will find that your customers absolutely love this model because they're not paying termly chunky fees. That's my technical way, guys, of saying it. Termly chunky fees. Because we all know when it's like, oh, it's time to enroll, and they've got to pay for 13 weeks up front, and it might be £130, maybe 150, depending what you're charging. It's a lot up front for a lot of parents in today's market especially if they're paying for multiple children. When you can offer them monthly fees, you can spread it out across the year. My children do a lot of activities. One of them is swimming. I hate paying for swimming because they don't do it monthly. And I hate it. It's done termly. And swimming is not that cheap. It's one of our most expensive ones across the board. I paid the other day for 2 children for 12 to 13 weeks thereabout of swimming classes. It was like £450. It's a big outlay. But if you'd split that into months, I wouldn't even think about it. To be honest, I wouldn't see the direct debit go out the account. But it's because I've physically got to be there to pay for it. And I have said to them multiple times, you need to go monthly, but they're not budging. So if you think how I might be feeling on that, think of anything you've paid that you think, oh, I wish that was spread out a little bit better. I wish that was chunked down into better payments. So it helps with your mindset of your customers when it's divvied up monthly rather than a big chunk payment. Therefore, what does that do? It's going to make them think twice about leaving you. It's going to make them think twice of, oh, do I need to pay this? Oh, it's a big amount this term. Oh, I don't know if I've got it. So you're thinking, how can you help them with the payments? Today's marketplace is different to 5 years ago. We need to meet the customer more of where they're at financially. So number 1 is stability. Number 2 is your mindset of your customers, helping them out, meeting them where they're at. But you choose one or the other. Do not give them a choice. If you give them a choice, you're going to end up with a business that is not scalable. My favorite thing, and if you've been following us for a while at Gold Medal, I say a lot is if you want to scale your business, you need to keep it simple. Simplicity scales, complexity kills your business. My businesses were a lot more complicated 5 to 8 years ago. A lot more complicated. At one point, I took about 20 steps back, scaled right back to then scale 50 steps forwards because I'd created a model that may have worked for 100 children, but it certainly wasn't going to work when you've got 1,000 plus children coming a week. So I want you to think of your business in that way. Anything you do has to scale. So you choose one. You can't work across 2 models. You absolutely cannot. It'll be a nightmare for your sales and admin team. You work across one system. Are you ready for that next level of growth and you're super serious about getting the level of support that you need? Then look no further. Our Your CEO mentorship program is open for you to apply to if you are insanely serious about growing your marketing, your team, your next level leadership. You're really serious about that next level growth and scaling your brand to your next vision and beyond. This is exactly the right mentorship for you. It's a 12-month mentorship which is completely tailored around your needs to grow and scale your brand in the children's activity industry. With over 100 years of experience in this program of myself and my team that are sharing weekly trainings of team successes, but also the one-to-one touch. One of the things that we're incredibly powerful and proud of our mentorship is it not only gives you the group element, but it gives you the high touch, the high nurture, and the one-to-one support that I know after teaching hundreds of entrepreneurs will really take you to that next level. So if this is something for you, I want you to book a call in the show notes below. Get yourself in front of our team so we can see if this is exactly the right fit for you and to get you up and running and to start to see your business thrive. Number 3, what it helps with. It also helps, I've mentioned retention. It helps with the stop starts. Because when you're giving someone the choice of when you're calling, and this is my number 4 point, you then end up with less admin. Again, when you've got 100 students, maybe less, maybe slightly more, this is okay. But I always say what gets you to one section and one turnover won't get you to the next. So in our bronze, silver, and gold mentorship programs, I very much teach what gets you to 250,000 a year will not get you to 500,000. Bring it back down. If you're brand new to business, what gets you to 50K won't get you to 100. What get you to 100K won't get you to 250. I work with businesses that are approaching the million mark. What gets you to 1 million won't get you to 2 million. And I saw it at every stage of my business models. Things start to break. So I always say, think of the vision for your company and where you want it to go. How many classes do you want? How many students do you want? What kind of team do you want to build? And then kind of work backwards. But you want to make decisions now that you're going to think, oh, I could scale this out. Okay. It's a lot easier to do it from the beginning than to make those decisions and trying to do it reverse engineer when you've got a lot of students and a bigger business. So it requires less admin because when it's monthly, it's set up on a direct debit. When it's a direct debit, it's a rolling membership. Years ago, a membership wasn't quite as common as it is today. Years ago, it was very weird we were one of the first. I remember when we were moving from termly to monthly, we got a lot of rejection. We got a lot of people, I pay everything termly. Why are we moving across? Can I stick to termly? And we did lose customers, but we saved in the long term because of the system we were moving on, and we lost a lot less children. So with your administration, think of the amount of time when it comes to enrollment that you're calling, that you're emailing, that you're sending letters out. New term is open for enrollment. Book by the 10th of Jan or book by the 15th of December. I remember walking into our office and we were round about probably the 200, 250 mark of children. And my admin lady, she was amazing. She was fast, but she was overwhelmed. And I remember looking at her saying, are you okay? She's like, this is a lot. The phone was off the hook. She was like, it's a lot of admin. We need to do something with this and streamline this, Katie. And that was when we made that shift. Because I said, okay, thank you. We're breaking. The systems are breaking about 250 children. Okay, we need to do something now. Okay, we're not going to get to 500 children if we can't fix this. So your admin, it's less stress on them. It's less time. You're setting up everybody automatically. Like monthly gym memberships. We're used to paying everything monthly these days. So the children's activity market should be no different. So switch your payments onto direct debit. It's automated. It's easy. It flows. You don't have to ask people if they're coming back or not. They then have to. So that's number 5. It rolls each month. It's reoccurring. So the topic of today that we're sharing and training together on is creating reoccurring cash flow in your business rather than stop and start. What it then will give you is that sales predictability. Now, my last 2 numbers for tonight are looking at your sales predictability and looking at your notice period. So we have a 2-month notice period within my centers. You may have a month. You might have, I wouldn't recommend 6 weeks. You want a full-blown month. So we have a 2 full-month notice period. It's actually almost like if someone paid at the beginning of the term, they're there for the rest of the term. It's exactly the same. So we know today who is going to be leaving on the 1st of March because they've given their notice in. So what does that help us with? It helps us with numbers for classes. It helps us with teachers for classes and knowing how many students we've got coming up. We then know our budgets coming up. And as I said, using that word again, predictability. You can predict your sales very easily. And what does it do? You're not scrambling around. I don't know if anyone, give me a wave and say if anyone's felt that feeling of, when you're enrolling and you're literally like watching the enrollments, or you're like, we're open for enrollment. And I remember feeling this, but like, we're now open for enrollment for the last 2 weeks of March. And if it wasn't looking too good, I'd get really nervous. I'd start thinking, my gosh, everyone should be enrolling now. Why are they not enrolling? And quite often, loads of people would come in late as soon as after the Easter holidays. But what does that create? anxiousness, unpredictability. There may be things in the business that I wanted to do, but I couldn't have done, that I could have grown faster if I had that reliable cash flow. So your monthly subscriptions will solve everything from, I said, stability, your cash flow issues month to month. If you ever feel like I just don't have enough, everything's paid monthly. Your bills are paid monthly. It's insane when you think I get like a good chunk of cash, like £20,000 comes in January when everyone pays, but you're expected to make that last till April, till the next term. It's insanely hard, really hard to budget. And I really believe I shut down one of my gyms back in 2011, and it wasn't the only factor, but I strongly think it was one of the factors on why we closed, because we had permanent premises that we couldn't afford, quite frankly, and that I didn't have the skills to know how to bring in all the different cash flow actions that I'm teaching you this week, but I had everyone on a termly. So I had chunks of the year that were missing, but I had rent coming out every single month. So it will save you in so many areas. So if you are struggling to make ends meet in your business, you're struggling to pay your team, you're struggling to pay your rent, and you're not on a monthly membership, seriously consider to change it.
Hello, so my name is Chantel. I run a toddler football business. I've run that for just over 6 years now. So we focus on teaching children to play football, learn through play. I just kind of found that we was getting at a bit of a standstill, so we was kind of just getting comfortable, which was fine, but we wasn't really moving anywhere. Just under 400 children now, and I saw one of the ads for the Scale to Freedom Accelerator course, which is where I started with Katie. I attended that. I had a phone call with Katie as well. She's lovely, really friendly. I've had various coaches in the past, but in terms of business, Katie is the one for us. Obviously, she specialises in children's activity. So she ticked every box for us. It made complete sense for us to sign up to her. So during the 15-minute chat with Katie before signing up, I got on really well with her. I explained the business. She completely understood, which is something that I haven't had from other coaches before. They've always found it really fun and exciting, but then they've given us ideas, but they're not necessarily ideas we can implement because they don't actually have the skill set. Katie does have that. She's been doing this for, I think, just under 20 years now. So I've been working for Katie for the last few months. A lot of what she said on our call, I could completely relate to. It's stuff that I'd thought about and things that I'd wanted to do with the business, just hadn't pushed forward with it. So since working with Katie, we've been able to make loads of changes, get new people on board to help us improve the business, but also improve it a little bit quicker. So it's allowing me to create some of that white space that Katie calls, to put my time and energy into more exciting bits of the business, but also expand it. So the aim is to obviously get the numbers from 400 mark, but to boost them right up. And I just feel with Katie's help and support, that's something that we're going to be able to do. I'm already noticing that the numbers are growing. And it isn't just about Katie as well. There's a great group of people within the team. There's a lot of other business owners, gymnastics, theatre, dance, other football clubs. So you can catch up with those as well. So you'll get your one-to-one calls with Katie, which are amazing. I always leave feeling absolutely buzzing because I get so excited on them, and I leave with so many things that I want to do and put into place. And then you get your group sessions as well with the team, so you can hear any highs and lows that they're going through at the minute. You can help them, they can help you. If you're looking to make that next change in your business and you want to grow a little bit quicker, a little bit bigger, but you're just not really sure where to do it or how to do it, 100% recommend the course. Kate is lovely. The other people in the course are lovely as well. If you need a coach, Katie, I'd say she's the coach for you.
Now, I just wanted, as we finish off today, looking at, because I know this is going to be a big question in our marketplace. If you are only operating in term time only, you are basically going to work out your fees on, say, 42 weeks of the year, not 50 or 52, however many weeks you want to run. So you just take out the weeks that you're not operating and divide that by 12 months. So yes, they are going to pay in August because it's spread over 12 months, but they're not paying for classes in August. It's because their payment is, say, £100 divided by 12. Okay. That is their monthly amount. If they were paying without, say, the holidays, they would be paying a lot more each month. but you're trying to get a consistent direct debit that is the same amount, rain or shine. Okay. So if you need any help with that, as I said, if you haven't booked your 15-minute chat with myself and my strategy team, if you need further support with this, please reach out. Make sure you get your space so you can have the time and the individual space so that we can actually find out more about your business and then navigate and support you further on this. So today has all been about helping you think a little bit more outside the box. Think of why the finance system and incorporating different cash flow models into your business is so important. As I said, if you're already doing a monthly subscription model, fantastic. We can move even quicker. If you're not, do not worry. Make today, think of how this can work for your business and how you can change it. But really look at all the things that I've gone through today of looking at your customer's angle, looking at your cash flow angle, and always make the decision as the CEO that you are. Never make the decision. I made some very bad decisions on this ethos before of, I don't want to lose them. I don't want to lose that customer. Oh, do you know, I'm going to upset them if I change it. So I'm not going to change it. That customer might not be with you in 2 months' time. You need to make your decisions what are going to serve you and what are going to support you for the future of the business. Never make it on a team member, just to throw that one in there, and never make a decision based on one particular client or that you're scared to lose a handful of clients. Because the changes that you're implementing and the changes that I'm going to help you implement, you won't have those issues with cash flow if you're implementing them all consistently. And if you do lose a few while you're implementing, which you will, because people don't like change, the amount that you're going to receive by making the changes is going to far outweigh the people that may leave your business. So always make the decision with confidence and with your CEO hat on of this is for the future of my business and what I want to create for my classes, for my team, for my lifestyle. So you can build the business that you actually wanted to create and not somebody else's business. So I hope you found today incredibly helpful, and any questions you've got, pop them in the Facebook group so we can support you further and really get you moving on building your recurring revenue streams.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you've enjoyed and you've really got some great benefits, please share with someone you know or someone in the children's activity space to really support them in their growth as a children's activity entrepreneur. Please hit subscribe so we can hit more people and get more great value to them. Thank you so much for being part of our community. It's an honor each week to train and nurture you, and I cannot wait to hear all of your great business successes.